You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. Tom made a statement about me again, just unhinged, deranged, insane. You can't make this up. We have the video. I have the video. Just in case you're getting here kind of in on this thing. I'm the guy who says the 1958, the 1959, and the 1960 Les Paul are not that great. Good guitars, but they're not the holy grail. They're not the guitar by which all others are measured. They're not the greatest sounding guitar that's ever been produced. They're not the only guitar that Gibson ever produced that is this it. That's the one. That's the one to get. I'm cutting through the lies. I'm talking about the guitar. That's what I'm gonna do today. I'm going to talk about the 1959 Les Paul. Okay. Now, Tom, he can't get it together. He's ignoring every point I made in my video to say this. You're not going to believe this. Listen to what he says in his latest video. Let me see if I can find his latest video here. It's this one right here. Okay. Check this out.
Another guy said, "Oh, Tom, did you see you have a stalker?" Oh,
so one of his buddies writes him, supposedly right now. Tom wants to talk about this, but he makes it look like, oh, I'm setting it up. Oh, some guy just asked me about it. No, Tom, I know you lie about everything, Tom. I know that. I know. I'm the one who's going to call you out, Tom. I'm not going to let you go on your lies. I'm not going to let you keep living in your delusional world. I'm trying to wake you up, Tom. Listen to this.
God, this is not the first stalker that I've had.
He's calling me a stalker. Tom is calling me a stalker. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't know this guy. How am I going to stalk somebody I don't even know? I never heard of him. I don't know who he is. Okay? I made a video. See, this is the funny part about it. I made a video about Jason Isbell getting scammed for a guitar, right? And then he gets on my video and says, oh, blah, 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 blah. Then he talks about me. I don't even know this guy. I didn't mention this guy once. I don't know this guy. I don't know who he is.
For some reason.
But his ego will not allow him to even fathom the fact that somebody in the world doesn't know Tom Bukovac. And I have to clear this up. Some people, I think his name was Combsy. He said, are you saying Bukovac? V-A-G, Bukovac? I said, no, Combsy. No. Listen, this is what I'm doing. I'm saying Bukovac, like chance. Bukovac. So I just want to clear that up for Combsy and other people who may be wondering what I'm saying there. I'm saying Bukovac. So anyway, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who Tom Bukovac is. Okay. So I think a good place to start would be Wikipedia. Tom, how do you spell his name? Bukovac. Tom Bukovac, American session player and musician. Let's see what we got here. Some garbage up here. His career, some garbage. Oh, career. Let's see here. Tom toured with, I don't know who. Tom's favorite guitar is his 1958 Les Paul Burst. Well, no kidding. Like, I didn't have to get on Wikipedia to know that from Tom. He holds this thing up in his little homeschooling videos. Look at what I've got. I've got a Burst. Oh, look at me. I must be good. I got a Burst. You don't know who I am? I am Tommy Bukovac. Tom, I don't care who you are. I don't even know you. I don't know you. I don't know who you are, dude. So I'm reading Wikipedia to find out who this guy is. Let's see here. Under career, I don't even know, some stuff. And then gets to Tom's favorite guitar is his 1958 Les Paul Burst that has been nicknamed Baby Puke because of the color achieved through the fading of the original finish. I did know that. I mean, all the rest of this stuff I don't know that much about, but I do know that he calls his guitar Baby Puke, or it's been nicknamed Baby Puke. That's what I know for a fact. So anyway, Tom is in here talking about me being a stalker when he is the stalker. As a matter of fact, a guy came out of the woodwork. Now I'm talking about the 1959 here. Okay. Stay focused. Tom, there's a guy that came out named Jit Boy. He came out on a video to help to bolster my case. He came out to say, hey, man, by the way, Tom, I'm a session musician. I've got a bunch of guitars. I've been playing guitar my whole life. I'm as old as you are. This guy has 400 plus guitars, Tom. How many do you have, Tom? Hmm? How many do you have, Tom? You have 400 guitars? No, you don't, Tom. I guarantee you don't have 400 guitars. This guy has over 400 guitars. Okay. And he has two 59 bursts. Tom, how many bursts you got there, buddy? Eh? How many bursts you got over there, buddy? You got one, and it's a 58, which in the collector hierarchy is not that good, by the way. It's the 59 you want. And guess who's got two of them? Jit Boy 1 has two of them. Okay, Tom. And he comes in and he says, Jit Boy comes in and says, oh, by the way, Tom, in this video, Jit Boy comes in and goes, oh, by the way, Tom, A number one, your sessions, your 1,300 records you played on, they ain't 1,300 records, dude. You may have done 1,300 sessions, but that session could be for a guy who, or a label or somebody who wants to do a demo. May never be on a record. Maybe some guy who wants to record his kid, may never be on a record. So just because you've recorded in a session doesn't mean that makes it on a record. So you don't have 1,300 record credits, bro. But once again, we're talking about the 59 Les Paul here. Okay. We're not talking about Tom Bukovac. Okay. He says, Jit Boy says, I have two. By the way, Tom, he has two. He has two 59 Les Pauls, not 158 named Baby Puke. He's got two 59 Les Pauls. He says in the video, you can watch it. He says, they're not all that. They're not that great. I've got modern day Les Pauls that play as this one right up here plays just as good or better. See the ones up there on the wall? So he says what I'm saying. They're not that great. He's qualifies it by saying I have them because they're very expensive guitars and they're very collectible. That's it. He's done. Good. Check. If the people in the Les Paul world, in this 58 world, just said, hey, man, I collect this guitars. I collect guitars. I collect this guitar because it's very collectible. I just wanted to have it. Okay. Check. But don't tell me it's the greatest sounding guitar ever made. And don't tell me it's the golden era of Gibson and they've never been able to make a guitar that good. Don't say that because it's just not true. And Jit Boy comes in and says, by the way, I'm going to verify that. I have two of these and it's not true. What does Tom do? What does the guy calling me a stalker do? He gets on this guy's channel. I saw it last night, by the way. Before I was going to bed, I just was scrolling through my phone. I said, hey, let me see what Jit Boy's up to. And in his comments, guess who was in there? Tom. Tom was in his comments. Well, who are you? And Jit Boy's like, I've done a whole bunch of sessions, blah, blah, blah. I've got 400 guitars. I've got over 400 guitars. I know this business. Well, what's your name? This is Tom. What's your name? Oh. Like he can't believe somebody would have a career besides him. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the narcissism, the ego, to believe that nobody on the planet could ever be a recording session artist except you? Just think about it for 1 second, would you? Who are you? You couldn't possibly have played as many sessions as me. Oh, Jitboy comes in. By the way, I've played more sessions than you, Tom. By the way, I've done more recording than you. And by the way, I have 259s and they ain't that great. Well, why won't you say your real name? Because Jitboy wants privacy. He doesn't want, he's just on here having fun making videos. Very good natured guy. Tom, take note. Jitboy is a very good natured guy. He's got a good sense of humor and he can burn you. He can shred all over you. Jitboy can shred all over you, Tom. He makes a mockery of your guitar playing. Very dexterous, this guy. I guarantee you could not come close. Just the licks he did on this video, you couldn't do. And he wasn't even trying. So Tom is stalking this guy. This Tom stalking this guy. Comes on his channel and starts talking all kinds of. And then guess what he does? He deletes the videos. I'm sorry, he deletes the comments. Tom deletes his own comments because because Jitboy made him look like a moron. So now Tom's got to delete his comments. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And Tom has the nerve to call me a stalker. Tom has the nerve to call me a stalker. I'm talking about the 1959 Les Paul and how it's not the greatest guitar in the world. And if you look at on Chicago Music Exchange, they have one for sale right now. And I did a demo. I did not a demo. I did a sound comparison here. I'm doing sound comparisons of these guitars because now that the internet's here, these 58s, these 59s, these 60s have come out of the woodwork. So we just normal mortals can hear them. So we know for sure now with almost 100% certainty that they ain't all that. See, when you cut through the legends, when you cut through the lies, when you cut through the bullshit, you have a guitar and you have a guitar sound. Okay? And the sound ain't that great. Okay? Les Pauls, great guitars. I love them. I have multiple Les Pauls. Okay? Les Paul's been one of my main guitars for years. But you cannot say that the 58 and 5960, well, you could say it. It was the greatest guitar ever made, but it's not. It's just not true. That guitar at Chicago Music Exchange is a $355,000 guitar. Boy, you want a 1958? You step right up with $355,000. We gonna get you one. Yes, sir. We can get you in one of those 1958 guitars today for the low, low price of $355,000 plus tax. But you get free shipping. You get free shipping. Now, I took the sound example they made of this, and I copied it. I copied it. It's right here. It's this video right here. I copied the sound, and I came close. I got the. I'll play it at the end. The clip, you can hear it, to show you that with an $1,800 guitar and a amp modeler, you can get a sound very close to the 1959. So close. And I'm not saying go pick out the 59. I'm not saying this tone is better or worse than this one. I'm not saying my playing's better or worse than his. I'm not saying that. I'm saying ask yourself how close they are. Ask yourself how close they are. And the answer is they ain't that far off, man. Ain't $355,000 off. Look, here's one next to it for $7,000, $7,000, $5,000. Look at this one. Look at this. $5,000. Look at this guitar. Now, are you telling me This is the best guitar ever made in the world. You can't, I'm sorry, it's not. It's just, and that's what I'm saying. It's not. It's not the best guitar ever made in the world. Look at in the advertisement, the electric guitar by which all others are measured. No, no, absolutely not. So I'm talking about the guitar, right? I'm talking about Jason Isbell getting ripped off. Okay. And then Tom wants to come in swinging for his buddy. Listen to what he says.
Pissed me off a little bit, but then he started attacking my friend Jason Isbell.
Yeah. Started attacking his friend Jason Isbell. And he's getting in the comments on my videos and he's saying, yeah, you made Jason Isbell look like an idiot. You made my friend Jason look like an you tried to make my friend Jason look like an idiot. I said, Tom, your friend Jason didn't need any help to look like a moron. Okay, Tom. Your buddy Jason, he didn't need my help to look like an idiot. All right. Let me just give you an example. Here's a normal person. I'm just going to give you an example, Tom. Here's a normal person with a tone pot. Here's a tone pot, Tom. See that? That's a tone pot. A normal person with a tone pot would say something like, yeah, I got this tone pod. It's from it's a CTS tone pod. It's a good tone pod. It's 500K. It's got a taper to it. CTS actually did some research on vintage tapers and came up with this specific tone pod to do, I guess it's an audio taper or some kind of real slow taper to imitate the vintage taper because a lot of people like that. And this was the tone pot that they did that with. And they've been making tone pots for like decades and decades. And this is their latest one. It was like $12, you know. I'm going to put it in the guitar and see how it sounds. That's what a normal person does, Tom. This is what Jason Isbell does, Tom. Yeah, I got me this here tone pot, and I asked Tom Bukovac what tone pot to get, and he told me to get an old one because the new ones they don't sound as good. They don't roll off like them old one, them vintage one. They can't do it. They can't make a tone pot in the modern day, even though a tone pot is just a very simple device where you just turn it up and down. They can't do that. They can't make them like they did back then. That's what Tom said. And so I got this tone pot off of Reverb for $1,500. And I figured that's a bargain because I did pay $650,000 for my guitar. So $1,500 for a tone pot, well, it's a pretty good price. Now, the problem is I got this from a guy in Arizona. And out there, I don't know if you know this, but out in Arizona, it's very, very dry. And you don't want your tone pot dry. You need that humidity in there and that moisture and that condensation. So before I put it in my guitar, I'm gonna make sure that it sounds good. It's gonna sound a lot better now. That's your buddy Jason, Tom. Okay. He doesn't need my help to look like a moron. Doesn't need my help to look like an idiot, Tom. Okay. Now, I would like to say that the 59 Les Paul is not the best. It's not the greatest guitar in the world. And then Tom says to me, well, you can't play guitar. So all I'm trying to do is say 58, 59, 60, not the best guitar. Tom, you can't play guitar. So I said, and I think this is fair, send me Tom's best solo. All you Buka bots out there, all you Buka bots, send me Tom's best solo. Still waiting on that solo. But one guy actually did send me a link. One guy sent me a link. Now I have the link so you can look and judge for yourself. When he sent the link, I listened to it. Okay. And I actually came to Tom's defense because it was recorded on a phone. And I said, look, now the phrasing in there, average, questionable, not that good. The technique, slightly above average, decent. The overall structure of the solo, not good. Probably I would say below average. Didn't really go anywhere. Didn't really have a specific direction it was going in, and didn't really lead to the climax like you would think that most solos would. But in his defense, it was recorded on a phone, so the tone is not that good. It's probably not representative of his tone because it's recorded on an iPhone. So I came to Tom's defense. I'm the one. When this guy sent the solo, and I could have ripped it apart. I mean, because the solo was completely average. It was. I mean, I could play that solo when I was 15. Okay, and Joe Bonamassa could probably play when he was 12. Paul Gilbert could play that solo when he was probably 10. But I came to Tom's defense, and I said, that's not really fair to judge this solo because it was recorded on a phone. And it's probably not representative of his actual sound, but I'll let you hear it anyway. I'm just going to put it up here because one of his fans sent me the link. So I'm going to put it up there so you can hear it. Okay. So let's cut to the clip of Tom's best solo. So the 1959 Les Paul, as I've stated, is not the best guitar in the world. It is not the best guitar in the world. It's not the electric guitar by which all others are measured. That's bullshit, people. Total bullshit. So I'm going to end up here. I'm going to end off with their demo of this guitar, and they have a $355,000 guitar, a $5,000 amp, and I just kind of half-assed learned the lick. You know, like I said, it's not about the playing in the clip. It's about how close the sounds are. Ask yourself how close these sounds are. Okay? Here we go. All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you next time. You know what? Why don't we end with Tom's best solo?